Of course, when we moved in, this was all overgrown with weed. So in the last couple of weeks, we have been just weeding this area. And then this week, we start to putting plants in. So you can see some of these plants already. These are actually watermelons that we basically just ate the watermelon and put the seeds in a box and covered with dirt. And when we got some rain, they sprouted. At this point, of course, this is beginning of September, and so we don't expect that we will get watermelon. But in Texas, you never know, because sometimes we don't get freeze very late. We get freeze very late, or we don't get freeze at all. So we might be able to get some watermelon, but that's not the main goal. The main goal here is to provide some ground cover, and also watermelon will have lots of biomass that we can use for composting. So that's basically is we are growing composting material that we can compost over winter. So in the spring, we will have a compost for the garden. That's the main purpose. Here is I seeded some beans over there too, and so those I believe are soybeans. I also seeded some peas as well. Here we planted some watermelons. You can see they are already almost getting true leaves already. These are basically the seeds from the watermelon we eat. We just save the seeds and put in a box and covered with dirt. We get a little bit of rain, they sprouted. So this week we put it on the ground here. Of course, at this point is beginning of September, so probably we will not get watermelon for the season, because in Texas you don't know. Sometimes we don't get freeze at all. Sometimes we get freeze pretty late, so we might get some watermelon. We'll see. But that's not the main purpose. The purpose is to grow, because they are vigorous grower and they get lots of biomass we can use for compost. At this point, they can serve as a ground cover to fight against the weed, and then later we can use it as a compost, so that we can compost over winter and get nice compost for the garden in spring. These are the peas I planted 2 weeks ago, and they sprouted, and now we can see they're about maybe 2 inches tall. So this peas will over in Texas here, they will survive through winter. Since I planted relatively early, I hope that they will have reasonable growth when the weather is still warm, and give us some peas maybe even in early winter. So we will see. They have beautiful flowers too. and we can eat the bee tips as vegetable. This kabocha, you can see that they have these original leaves, and then now there's true leaf come out. So they are from seeds that from the kabocha we ate, and so for some who are not familiar, kabocha basically is a small pumpkin that about this size. So we ate a lot of kabocha almost every week during the summer. So we ate the kabocha and saved the seeds and put it in a box covered with dirt, and then they get sprouted. So I put it down. Again, we probably will not get kabocha for the season, but they are vigorous grower, so they probably have 2 months of time to grow the vine, and they're going to cover this area in no time. So you can eat the tip of the vine, and also the flower. If we're lucky, we get some flowers, we can eat the flowers. So that's the purpose of putting the kabocha at this point of season. These are the sweet potatoes we transplanted 2 weeks ago. And now you can see that they adapted very well, start to grow, had maybe about 1 inch of growth, and quite a lot of some leaves. So the sweet potatoes you can grow actually from the vine. So we have some of them grow in the garden, and we harvest them for food. So we eat the leaves and saved the vine and put it in the ground. Then that vine will grow leaves and grow roots and then grow leaves. So these are the vines that we planted in our backyard for maybe a few weeks, because it's so hot in the past few weeks. They didn't grow much leaves, but they did grow roots. So I dug it up 2 weeks ago and transplanted over here. And they seem like here better for some reason. I'm not sure whether it's because the weather cooled down a little bit, or it's a different microenvironment here. So they seems like here, and it has been growing. Again, we are not going to get sweet potato most likely for this season, but they will. The leaves are very tender, so we can eat it as they grow, and they also serve as a good ground cover, produce large compost biomass for compost. So we also can pickle them. I hope you like this video. If you like the content, please subscribe.